20. Hey, let's get it home. Check. Fresno. Snickers. 66.
First carry of the game for Jalen Samuels. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Going top shelf for Smith. Oh, he's trying for Smith-Schuster, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Tony Jefferson. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 39-yard line.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. After the interception, here's Jackson. It's caught by Mark Ingram. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and that'll make it a 2nd down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. They'll run for the first time with Mark Ingram. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down?
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
And 3rd down is a key down in any game you play. And 3rd down defense, something we've got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
So still a scoreless game in the first, but they're going to go for this thing on their own side of the field on 4th down. Now it's Jackson. That's caught by the former Sooner, Mark Andrews. How about them biting off 15 yards there on the 4th down attempt and keeping the drive alive?
Well, peel back the curtain, partner. We've got a pretty good look into how they plan to play this game. Aggressive seems to be the word. Going for it on 4th down in that situation.
Yeah, opening drive. Now, we know this coaching staff, they have traits of aggression in their history, but what a start to this game. They're going for it. Oh, wide open, complete. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. They'll get 34 yards there. They'll run here with Ingram. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. Calling a loss of 2 on the play. And it'll be 2nd and goal.
Double time. 3 down. Shoot. 66. Pull it. Half.
Jackson. Flush to his right. Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. And this will get out of bounds at the 2-yard line. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation. This defense hasn't let him in yet. They'll need to stiffen here. 3rd and goal from the 2. Throwing is Jackson. Eluding the pressure right. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. You can already start to hear this crowd. They're saying, go for it.
Yeah, have we ever been at a game where you've heard the crowd go, field goal?
No, I have not. That's a good point.
Yeah, they always want to go for it, and I think they've got the right idea right now. The way they've moved the ball in this drive, I wouldn't stop that momentum. Go get it.
Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. A 2-yard touchdown grab, and the Ravens have taken the early lead. Big 4th down conversion for the score, and the defense, that is a tough pill to swallow.
big time for them. How about them just deciding to go for it on 4th down? And, okay, forget the field goal, because that looked like an easy 3 points. Yeah, you might have had a defensive breakdown in there, but they pressed the issue and found a way to get it into the end zone. Give them big credit for that.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll probably wish he'd reconsidered here. It will cost him 10 yards as he's down at the 15.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He's going to rifle one deep left side. Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Brandon Carr. With a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line. They were looking for Johnson that time. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now a handoff to Ingram. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 12 yards there and a 1st down.
As a passer, you're always trying to find that open window to throw the ball downfield. How about this one? Right in the middle of the field, right in the heart of a defense.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Baltimore. It's the Ravens in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. They'll throw on 1st down with Jackson. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
It appears they found something that's working, and they keep going back to it. I guess you can actually say he has the hot hands now, doesn't he?
Yeah, well, it's one thing to hit your guy out of the backfield once, hit him a couple times. Yeah, you're right. Maybe they're onto something.
And I think a lot of that is simply if you get it to him in space, more times than not, he's going to get more yardage than you expect out of each play.
On 2nd down now, it's Ingram, and he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. 3rd and 2, here's Jackson. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. You're exactly right. A lost opportunity.
So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. To this point, the results have not been good. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers.
And that's obviously something that can't continue, but to go a little bit deeper on that one, I would to think about some play calls now, not even necessarily to my best player, but to someone I can trust with the ball. Try and get things settled down a little bit.
Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
Hey, look, 50. Hey, wahoo! Focus, focus. Come on, QB, come on. Check, lock it.
To throw again on second down. Roethlisberger. They'll find Juju Smith-Schuster. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
And the Steelers first down.
Hey, box drop. Topper.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action.
41's the mic. 41. Alert, alert. Oh, yeah, I'm coming. 48. Zoom. 41 mic.
From midfield now, here's Roethlisberger. That'll be taken in there by James Washington. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
First down, Pittsburgh.
Ready?
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Jack 16. He's crashing. He's checking crash. Take both of them. 13. Check back again.
Again, it's Roethlisberger. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. Got his man. It's caught for a Steelers touchdown. James Washington, 30 yards. And the Steelers have now made this a one-score game. And it was a tight window. He knew he had to rocket that thing in there. He got it done.
And when you're able to complete one like that, your confidence has to just go sky high. You just mentioned it. Tight window, zings it in there despite excellent coverage. Result, touchdown.
Boswell good with the extra point, and that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well. So that changes everything that you're doing here. Without those timeouts, you can only work the sidelines, hoping to get out of bounds. Here, the middle of the field's still available because you can call timeout and regroup.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22.
It's our field. It's our field.
Here's Jackson, throwing again. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. 5 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up a 3rd down. The Ravens on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be 3rd and 5. Now it's Jackson. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. It's Devin Bush, the linebacker, who picks it. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line.
Certainly feels like the classic second guess, but let's be honest about it. They had a chance going to halftime with the lead. Why did they take a chance with a throw there? I don't understand that.
Well, that's what I'm wondering. And now this defense has to try to protect that lead going into the locker room. On first down, it's Samuels. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Throwing on 2nd and 8, Roethlisberger. And Big Ben intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Brandon Carr. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. Likely time for one final snap as they start out 1st and 10. And with time running down, they go down to a knee. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. The Ravens ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. And the third quarter starts with a run by Ingram. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
They run. It's Mark Ingram. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down from.
He's got a convoy, and he might be gone. 20, 10, and all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Mark Andrews, 75 yards, and the Ravens will extend their lead. Tucker now for the extra point. It's good to make it 17-7. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This will be taken to the back of the end zone.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Set. 230. Go, go, go. 50. Rush in. Rush in. Rush in.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. That went into the hands of his tailback, Samuels. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30.
Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up. 8. Hey, echo.
Here's Roethlisberger. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And that's caught inside the 30. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Vance McDonald, 71 yards. And the Steelers are able to make this a close game again. Boswell for the extra point. And this is up and good to make it a 17-14 game.
Ravens 17, Steelers 14.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at the 20. From the gun, Jackson. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Watch the whip.
Throwing again, Jackson. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. Bud Dupree coming in hard there on the blitz, and he gets him 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. Here's Jackson on 3rd and long. Flushed out right. Now on the run. He'll throw it back deep over the middle. And that'll be incomplete. Now they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty. And it's 4th down.
Good job by this defense, and now playing what they call complementary football. Offense scores a touchdown for them, so they come right out, force what should be a 3-and-out, and keep the momentum squarely on their side.
On is the punter, Cook, who sends it away. Switzer on the return. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10. On 1st down, it's Roethlisberger. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. Brandon Carr on the coverage there.
Just work with me a second here, because in my lifetime, seeing how quarterback percentages have changed in throwing the football, I mean, back in the good old days, if you were around 50%, you were doing okay. But now, you need to be 65 to 70% to be considered an elite quarterback. And in this ball game, I feel like we're playing old school, right around 50%.
Yeah, he's under 50%. He needs to start hitting more targets. 2nd and 10. It's Roethlisberger once more. And they get to him with a pressure as Roethlisberger goes down. Marching in for the sack, Matthew Judon. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
And the pressure gets to him again. Willie Henry muscled his way in for the sack. He was trying to keep his eyes downfield. Nobody came open.
He's trying to do everything that he had been taught, right? Every bit of the technique. But if no one's open, there is no technique except make sure you hold on to the ball as you go to the ground when you're getting sacked.
Well, a nice job on the return there. 16 yards. And the Ravens, they'll take over. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. They'll fake the give to Ingram. Now Jackson rolling to his right. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard. On 2nd down, Ingram trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
The Ravens on third down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1.
Check 99. Check 31.
They'll try to run for the first with Ingram. And he's got the first down yardage there as he takes it just across midfield. He needed a yard. That's what he got, and it's going to earn him a new set of downs.
First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
This is Ingram on 1st and 10. Oh, he faked it with a juke. Now he's got some room. That good for 22 and a first down.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there, and on that play, I saw defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing, in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously, but at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down. A handoff. It's Mark Ingram. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3. Here's Ingram. And he appears to be about 2 feet short on 3rd and 3. Leaves him with a 4th and 1.
This team doesn't mind running the ball in any situation, and I thought he was going to get the first down the way the play developed, but the defense closed in and stopped him just about a yard short.
They'll run for it. It's Ingram, and he won't get there. They stop him a few yards short of the line to gain. Mark Ingram unable to get past the marker. And this Steeler defense able to come up with a stop. Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. Running to start the drive is Samuels. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
Yeah, that wasn't a big run, just a short one there. But guess what? Sometimes you treat it like boxing. You throw that jab out there, and you throw it again, then you come with a big punch later. Maybe they're just trying to set him up.
Here we go. Like 80. Show that bench release and go. Cross, solid, 5 down. What's up? 59, what's up? 59, what's up? Hey, Charlie. These 2. Mike 48. Pick me up. Here we go. Black is good.
On 2nd and 9, Roethlisberger. Throw left side, complete to Smith-Schuster. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off here by Jimmy Smith. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 14-yard line.
Let's go now. Put team on it. You put it to the jet. Put it to the jet.
The drive starts here with a carry by Ingram. And he's dropped just shy of the 25 at the 24. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a first down.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now, I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, We're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get him behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. You'd have to think likely another running play coming here. 2nd and 11. Now Jackson. And that's off the mark. Incomplete.
Jackson's pass intended for Miles Boykin. Incomplete. Arden Burns there on the coverage.
The Ravens on 3rd down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This is 3rd and 11. Now Ingram, he's been busy today. It'll be a gain of 4, but it won't be enough. It leaves them with a 4th down now. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in quarter number 4. Here's Sam Cook now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Here's Switzer. It'll wind up being a net of 41. 9-yard return, 50 on the punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs.
40. Black 80. Alert.
Let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field, D.
Easy. Hey, team 6.
Set.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off here by Jimmy Smith. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Watch the run.
Down to a knee here. The defense still with a couple of timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them.
A loss of a yard brings up 2nd and 11 at the 30-yard line.
Set, hot team. 6 yards. All day, baby, all day.
This is Ingram. 7 yards on the carry. Make it 3rd and 4 coming up. So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory. And they were spurred on by a strong performance in that 4th quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the 4th quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through. And they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. The Ravens are victorious here as we say so long from Baltimore.